Hi, everybody. I woke up this morning thinking, can you have a fight if only one person fights? That led me to, can you have a war if only one side launches it and engages in it? I mean, the destruction still exists, right? So it's not really enough to not fight back. And what about standing up to a bully, whether it's a person or a nation that's being the bully? I think the change to stop the war or to stop the aggression or the fight needs to come in a headset to begin with, a change in headset. And that led me to wonder about people who just seem to be addicted to the adrenaline rush of conflict. I'm not using addicted in the clinical sense. So those of you who are in the field of addiction services, please know that I'm using the loose understanding of that, that there seems to be a compulsive, habitual return to the behavior. All right. So with that understanding of addiction, there seem to be people who are addicted to the adrenaline rush of conflict. Are you? Maybe it's not to engage in the conflict yourself, but maybe it's to observe the conflict. Do you keep watching the news when it upsets you? Do you still hang out with people whose views are vastly different from yours? Do you still spend time with groups? Well, not so much now, but maybe even online, with groups whose conversations are offensive and you do nothing to stop them. Where are you on a continuum of internal peace, of internal joy, of happiness? Where would you put yourself on that kind of a continuum? I think I struggle with this. I think we all do in one way or another. I think that um, there are times, and have been times in my life, when I have been drawn to the conflict. I like to think I'm less drawn than I used to be. And we all hold different continua uh, in tension at the same time. For instance, we can be upset about politics but happy with our family, you know. We can be upset with our neighbors but still happy with our job. Or we could be upset with the demonstrators but happy with some personal accomplishment. It's not either or. It's not that we are dualistic or that whatever we're experiencing is the be all and end of all of our emotion. We hold things in tension. We're able to manage more than one continuum at a time. But how does it all get evened out in our lives? That's what I think is tricky for some of us, especially right now when many people, from what I hear from you and I observe myself, we're feeling overwhelmed, just bowled over, almost like a tsunami of bad news and harsh feelings and, I don't know, dystopian outlooks, maybe. How do we get things evened out again? Are we even aware of what's happening? Or are we just swept up in the tide of habitual motion, the tide of, or the swirl of emotion? Sometimes we get so caught up in those things, we never stop to think, huh, is that true for me? So I'm inviting you today to just pause for a minute and these things that I'm saying, Just stop and think, is that true of me? Do I feed off the adrenaline of conflict? Am I drawn to cable news 24 hours a day? Doesn't matter which side. Are you drawn to it in a way that, now that I look at it, might not be very healthy? Am I captivated by people finding fault with someone or someone's? Do I engage in that, even though my faith and my inner core belief tells me I should be treating others as I want to be treated? Do I have trouble living that out? And what do we do to get back on an even keel? Well, we have to take time every single day. Maybe it's this prayerful pause. I'm thrilled if it is, if it helps somebody. Or if you come back to it more than once during the day, either what was said or you actually watch it more than once. Or maybe you have some other habit, routine that anchors you. We have to find a way to be anchored in what's real and what's real inside us and how to access that every single day. And one way of getting there, for me anyway, is scripture. And one scripture in particular is speaking to me right now, and that is Psalm 139, which I know is a favorite of many of us. And I'm going to read it here, and this is the New International Version, if you follow such things. So even if this isn't your thing, sit and listen for a moment, because it gives a different perspective on life. You ready? Psalm 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. And when I awake, I am still with you. If only you, God, would slay the wicked. Away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me, and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Let's use today as a way of thinking about where we spend our time and energy and what it is that attracts us about them. Okay, I'll see you next time. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. Thank you for sharing this time with me and engaging in a prayerful pause with the pastor. You can find more prayerful pauses and worship services on our YouTube channel at South Church Rochester. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, you can do so through our website, which is on the end cap of this video. God bless. Take care. Be safe. Bye for now. See you next time.